YouTube, what's good with y'all, man? It's Maurice 316 in the building. I'm coming at y'all with another video, man. Hope y'all having a good day. Hope y'all just been locked in with God, honestly, and taking care of yourself, bro. But I'm finna go ahead and dive right into this one, bro. So, y'all see the title right now, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Over the course of my life, I always been interested in like the little spiritual videos and on YouTube and things of that nature and stuff like that. And it just gravitated toward me because it was actually talking about something real and stuff. And one of the things that they used to always talk about was just saying that your thoughts aren't your own and things of that nature. You aren't your thoughts and stuff like that. And I heard what they were saying and I got it, but they never really like gave the real meaning behind it. They would just say it and say like, your thoughts aren't yours, you aren't your thoughts. And they would just leave it at that, but they wouldn't really have a real meaning behind it, bro. And recently as I've been getting close to God, because really God is like the real only spirituality, bro. All that other stuff is just, people wanting to sound like they knew something, you know what I'm saying? But as I've been getting close with God and, just been learning about him, reading the word and stuff, he been revealing some stuff to me. And, he put this in my mind to tell y'all, that, your thoughts aren't your own and get y'all the real meaning behind it. You know what I'm saying? So, recently, just on my YouTube feed, I've been coming across videos, just of people getting delivered. I don't know if y'all are familiar with like deliverance, but people get delivered from spirits and demons. It's a lot going on in the world that we don't see, like that spiritual. And in a particular video, he revealed something to me where this girl was like caught up with a demon or a spirit in her. And it was like, it basically was telling the person who was delivering her, like, yeah, we've been controlling her thoughts. We've been like making her depressed, making her, whatever, and then the dude asked her, the spirit, like, so why did you come here? And then the spirit said, like, yeah, we've been keeping her from coming here because we knew that she would get delivered, and that just said a lot to me, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, and in another one, it also said basically like, one of the spirits were like a serpent, and it just all clicked to me right there because in the Bible they talk about how Adam and Eve dealt with the serpent and stuff. And as humans, we so focused thinking that an actual snake just slithered up to them and just started, what I'm saying, talking. But it's in the spirit, bro. It's a spirit serpent. It has like a hold on them, and it was sending them thoughts. Cause that's like, it's just so much going on in the spirit world that we don't know about, like stuff like that. Like, this is stuff that I'm 22 years old. This is stuff that I'm just, coming across. Back to when I was saying, like, your thoughts aren't your own. It makes sense because, like, when you start to try to walk a better path, you start to try to, get rid of certain habits, you always had them thoughts come back in, but you got your mindset on getting over whatever it is. It could be like cigarettes, drugs, drinking, less. And then randomly, just out of nowhere, you could just be laying in bed and that thought just pop up. Like, you be like, you think it's like just a random trigger or something, but that's like something deeper that we don't see that's, sending you these thoughts, bro. People think all this stuff is them, like this depression, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not even you. It's just so much stuff in this world, bro. Like, that leave you open to stuff like this. Like doors, like just music. A lot of the stuff you love is doors to leave like stuff like this into your life. You know what I'm saying? Even little stuff we don't even think about, like how we speak about certain stuff. That's when people say like the tongue is powerful. Like, we don't even understand the depth of what that really means. Cause certain stuff you say can leave you open to certain stuff. Even stuff your parents say. Like, I've seen a deliverance video yesterday where someone's parents were saying they wanted a boy as their first child, but they got a girl, and the girl was just going through life like kind of angry in a sense. And the person who delivered her could see that because he's farther down the line in the spirit. Like, he's been doing this a long time, so he could see in the spirit. He's connected with God good, and he could just see this on it. You know what I'm saying? But it get deep like that, like stuff that we don't even think twice about. We just, you know what I'm saying? It's really just sad though, because like, all the people in the world, they think they're depressed. They think they just, think they have thoughts of hurting themselves. They think they want to like, harm themselves, harm others. And it's just, bro, like, we all need to be aware of what's going on in this world, man. I really feel like the world just like, I don't know, like, it's like they leave you open to this stuff willingly. It's like, is they on that side trying to do this to us? Like, it feel like it to me. But it's like, I don't know, bro, because they make it seem like they help a hand, but that's how the enemy is. Like, he has to disguise it. So he can't come to you straight up. He has to, like, you have to let him in, you know what I'm saying? And that's what they do. Like, they give you ways to let him into yourself. It's just so many people go through their life unaware of it, you know, like certain stuff, like you don't even know, like I said with the deliverance view, they said they was keeping her from coming there to get delivered. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, certain stuff is leaving you from not even wanting to connect with God, not wanting to get to know him and stuff like that. You know, that's what I'm going through personally. Well, what I was going through personally, and I've experienced that and learned it. Like, all this worldly stuff is just farther and farther away, and it's making you want to like push God to the side, and just it's really keeping you ashamed. So like how Adam and Eve was, like they was trying to hide from God, and that's basically how you is. But I just want you to think about it though. Like, when you start getting certain thoughts, you start feeling sad. Like when you start getting certain thoughts and stuff, like a lot of people be saying like whatever, all these disorders in this world, but anxiety, all this weird stuff they try to tell you got and stuff, and it's really just something in the spirit that's operating and making you, it's basically feeding off you, you know what I'm saying? It's making you feel like this, and then you keep trying to cover it up with worldly stuff when, you really need to turn to God. That's what I'm saying. Like, they don't want you to turn to God because they know, like, once you turn to God, you won't even, you know what I'm saying? But it's a battle forever. Like, it's just, I'm glad I'm getting revealed all this stuff, and, I can share it with y'all. God put it in me to share with y'all, and I hope y'all actually take something from this and really understand what I'm saying, because it's really crazy out here. You aren't your thoughts. Stop thinking all this stuff. It's just, you just really observing it. You can have godly thoughts, or you can have, them kind of thoughts. Then, just get into the word, bro. Get into the word. It's going to tell you everything you need to know, bro. Tell you, live accordingly and not let this stuff into your life. Maybe even go get delivered if you need to. I've been kind of thinking, do I need to personally? Because I still, have thoughts of just going back to certain stuff that I let go of. Not, like drugs or nothing like that, but just like certain habits. Just like, worldly music and stuff that I'm working on getting over with right now with God and stuff. But, it all come with time. He didn't help me get over so much stuff. I know I'm going to get it done. But just, yeah, y'all thoughts ain't y'all own. You know what I'm saying? If you need to, if you don't believe me, go watch some of these deliverance videos and just watch, like literally it takes over their whole body. Like, we all caught up in all this entertainment and stuff, all this goofy stuff, and this is the stuff that's leaving us open to this stuff, and we not even want to see the stuff like this, but this is stuff that needs to be pushed into the mainstream, the limelight, and just share it, so we could all be right, bro. You know what I'm saying? It won't be no sadness in the world, no depression, nothing like that. We'll just be all happy under God, you know what I'm saying, and just living right, bro. But that's all I got for y'all, man. I'll be back with another one soon. Take care of yourself. Go watch the deliverance video. Go get in y'all Bible and just get close to God. And yeah, y'all, that's it. I'm out.